Okay guys, so today we're going to be doing a video on the free-to-play Hyper Metal Rilldo that just released alongside the Tech GT Kid Goku, who I did a video on yesterday, and unfortunately he didn't really look too impressive, but I do think this Hyper Metal Rilldo, just judging from his passive, looks a lot better and can be utilized, and I mean, I would say a lot more events because he's better, so of course he could, but I mean, look at those teams, man. You're not running him on anything. I mean, GT bosses suck. Look at that. This category is just bad. Artificial life forms. There's way better options. You have the metal coolers on there, so I don't know why you'd run him. And terrifying conquerors. Don't even get me started. I don't think you're ever gonna want to run him in a million years on there. So yeah. I mean, I'd say he'd be more useful maybe on a GT bosses team, especially because he's supporting. But not a lot of places to use this guy. But just going over his kit really quick. His leader skill is GT Bosses category Key +3 and HP attack and defense plus 77%, or STR type Key +3 and attack and defense plus 50%. Pretty good leader skill. The Goku had an all types lead, so it's a little weird this guy doesn't have that, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, free to play unit leader skills usually aren't crazy. His super attack effect is 30% defense for 1 turn, causes supreme damage to enemy and lowers attack. Lowering attack automatically makes him good for Super Battle Road. So I think that's a really good thing that he has that. I don't really know where you're going to be running him in Super Battle Road. I don't think there's currently GT Bosses Super or Extreme Super Battle Road. So, well, I mean, if there was a Super, there would be an Extreme eventually. But I don't even think there's a Super Battle Road of it right now. So there for sure isn't an Extreme Super Battle Road of it. So, yeah, nothing. I mean, lowering attack is great, but if you're not going to run it anywhere, then I guess it doesn't really do much, because pretty much every difficult event right now, you cannot lower attack, so. Alright, so his passive is attack and defense plus 80%, plus an additional attack and defense plus 20% per GT Bosses category ally on the team up to 80%, plus an additional attack and defense plus 80% when performing a super attack, Key +2, and then an additional attack plus 40% when facing only one enemy, and then GT Boss category allies, Key +2, and attack plus 40%. So I don't know why they couldn't just make that attack and defense plus 40%, but I understand he's a free-to-play unit, so I mean, maybe they just didn't want to make him too crazy, which I don't get, because GT Bosses is, yeah. So, I mean, they probably should have just made that 40% attack and defense and 3 key, but I guess it is what it is. I'll still take the support. And 80% attack and defense when performing a super attack is great because it's unconditional, unlike the Tech Goku, who only gets 59% for the first, like, 7 turns, which is horrible. Because then after that, you're only at, like, 200k defense, and then that's it. I mean, I did a showcase on him, and I'm sorry. I wanted him to be good, but he is not. Defensively, he's just not there, and offensively, he's barely good. So, I don't know. I couldn't really see anywhere you'd really be utilizing that Goku. But this video isn't about him. This is about this guy. And, yeah, I mean, I think the restriction for the full 80% attack and defense, where you need 4 GT Bosses category allies, I think it's pretty bad right now because GT Bosses is in such a bad spot. But I think that's only going to get better in time. So unfortunately, this unit, we won't really be able to see. I mean, we'll be able to see him with that fully active. I have this team I'm also going to be running him with. But, you know, he's not really going to be getting a lot of links active. There's not going to be much support going around. So it's going to be a little on the weaker end. But I do have this team where he's under a full 170% leader skill, because this guy doesn't have a 200% leader skill yet. And we will be getting most of our links active. I think we're getting 5 out of 7 with this cooler. And he's supporting him too, so it's pretty nice. And we do have 1 GT Bosses category ally with this guy, so we do have 20% of that passive activated right there. So yeah, I mean, not a horrible restriction, but like I said, just right now, GT Bosses is in such a bad spot. So, okay, so we got a really good turn right here. Actually, hang on. This is, like, pretty much ideal. How many links do we have right here? So we have Thirst for Conquest, GT, Auto Regeneration, and Shattering the Limit. We are at 109k defense, which I'd for sure say is, that's not horrible. He's getting 80% on super attack and then an additional 30%. So I'd say that's pretty good, considering he could be getting an extra 60% attack and defense if we had more GT Boss category allies. So, I mean, that's really not horrible, but we are, like, loaded with support right here. So, I mean, maybe that could be a little bit better, but I mean, let's see what his attack stat is. If we get a pretty decent attack stat right here, I'm okay with that, because, what are we at? like 250k defense with the 3.4. That's the same thing as the Goku. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's the same thing as the Goku, except for this guy is supporting, and he's raising attack and defense on super attack. So actually, no, this guy's automatically better than the Goku. At least with his kit. I know teams and links are an issue, but oh, I'll talk about his links in a second too, because his links are they're bad, but they're good. So just wait. I'll explain what that means. Okay, well now I have to explain what it means because I forgot what I was talking about. So yeah, this guy's links are pretty crazy because he's getting 15% damage reduction if you have all of his links active, which is crazy. Because then post super attack, if you get a double super, you can be approaching 300k defense with 15% damage reduction, which is crazy. 300k defense on itself isn't really that good, but with 15% damage reduction, automatically means you're going to be tanking pretty much double digits from everything except for like Cell Max and then some of the really hard red zone stages. Alright, so right here we're at 107k defense. Not really great, not horrible. I did build this guy full additional. I do suggest you doing that too because as I said, he raises attack and defense on super attack, so a double super would just increase his defense massively. Yeah, I did give him a level 1 skill orb right there for additionals. I gave him a super attack boost, level 4, and then a level 2 crit with level 3 recovery. So, just in case you were curious what his equipment was, I just kind of threw some equipment on that, you know, would make him just look a little bit better. It's nothing crazy or anything, but it's pretty solid equipment, I guess. I did want to up the crit chance too, because this guy doesn't have anything built in. He doesn't have built-in additionals, built-in crits, built-in dodge or anything, which he doesn't really need to, but... Okay, 3.8. That's pretty much higher than anything the Goku got in the last video, outside of when we nuked with him. So, I mean, that's pretty good. I'd say that's alright, considering we could be getting an extra 60% attack and defense. We do have a lot of support right here, though, so I'll keep that in mind, too. But I still think that's alright, because we are 250k defense with almost a 4 million attack stat. I mean, yeah, saying it out loud, that really isn't crazy, but I'm comparing him to the Goku, because maybe my standards for free-to-play units have just been too high. I'm assuming that they're releasing free-to-play units, trying to help the newer players with the difficult content by, you know, not by making them as good as the summonable units, but by making them very solid options, or at least by having them work really well with, you know, summonable units. And I mean, granted, this guy is supporting, so I guess he is going to be working fairly well. But, I mean, this guy isn't really helping anyone tremendously because this link set sucks. And his support is only attack, so I don't know. Alright, so we're at 105k defense right here. So pretty much we're just going to be at around 100k defense. We'll get one or two more rotations with this team, and then I do want to hop in with the other team, see what that's looking like. But right here we have Loyalty, Thirst for Conquest, Auto Regeneration, Shocking Speed, and Shattering the Limit. So we are missing a little bit of defense with GT, but I don't think it's the biggest thing in the world because, yeah, it's only 1%. But, I mean, at 10%, I think that would be... Or at Link level 10, I think that would be 10% defense. And Mechanical Menaces, yeah, it's just the damage reduction, so... Yeah, I mean, nothing crazy right now. His attack stat, it's still going to probably be around 3.5 or something, which is still not that great. It's just a little bit higher than the Goku's, but I mean, I guess he is supporting. He's lowering attack. That's it. Yeah, 3.7. That's not good, but that's like borderline what I would want for a free to... No, that's a little under. I would want like a 4 million attack stat. I feel like a 4 million attack stat isn't really that crazy now. That's just kind of like a good base number to kind of build around having additionals and crits, and then that's when a unit is good, like really good. But if a unit is really just hitting like not even a 4 million attack stat, I'm not too impressed. I'm really not. But I mean, considering the defensive level right there, and considering he's free to play, and he's supporting and lowering attack, I mean, he is doing more than the Goku, that's for sure. He's doing a lot more than the Goku. So, I mean, I'm not disappointed, I guess. I feel like he's a little underwhelming. So, I mean, I guess I am kind of disappointed. Because, especially because it's GT bosses, man. If this guy could have just been a 3-key, 40% support, and that's it. I mean, just make it that, and then I'm like, and then it's alright. He's the best GT bosses category support. So, I mean, that's still something. So, we're at 109k defense right here. Yeah, again, pretty much hovering around 250k defense. With the double super, though, we would be a little over 300k defense, so I guess keep that in mind. He could be more solid if he double supered, but yeah, I don't know. Let's see what he hits right here. 3.4. Okay, 3.42. That, I think we lost a lot of support right here. No, we have the other Rilldo on rotation. So actually, we gained support. Alright, we took a lot of damage there too. Yeah, I don't know. Alright, let's see what he's looking like with the full passive activated. So, before I really go crazy on him, because I don't want to say he's underwhelming or anything before we see what he can truly do. So, yeah, this team right here. Yeah, it does kind of suck too, because the teams you can run him on, again, are just so bad. So it's really hard just to find a good team for him. And, I mean, once he gets a 200% leader skill, though, I guess because he supports and he would just naturally be better on a 200% leader skill, I feel like this guy could probably be viable. Okay, so we are going to have... Okay, I'm going to run him there. So we're going to have 3 out of 7 links active. We're at 112k defense. Really? I thought we would be a lot higher considering we have the full buff active. Because this guy... Yeah. There's 4 GT bosses category allies, so... I was kind of thinking that would be a little bit higher, but I guess not. Let's see what his attack stat is right here, because I feel like maybe that's the thing we'll see significant improvements in. But, I mean, if not, then we'll just show a couple more rotations and we'll call it a video. I think, again, pretty much the exact same situation with the Goku. If you're new or if you're free to play, 100% grind this guy. He could be very useful for you, but if you've been playing for like a year, I don't really know where you'll find any use for this guy. I think if you have summoned on any of the recent banners, you'll have pretty much better options on every one of his categories. I mean, artificial life forms, you know, the AGL cell, you could build a team around that, and I mean, you wouldn't really find a place to run this guy because there's better STR options, just straight up, and he's not getting his support because there's no other GT bosses category allies on the Cell's leader skill. I mean, maybe there's the Super 17s might be on there, but they don't work well with this guy at all. They probably share like 2 links, and yeah, I mean, Terrifying Conquerors, you're not running this guy on Terrifying Conquerors. I mean, this cooler leads it, and he will destroy any event just by himself. So just bring other units that'll work good with the cooler, and this Metal Rilldo does not. So, all right. So once again, 3 out of 7 links active. Actually, I'm gonna put him in slot 1 because I think that Frieza would probably die, unfortunately. So, all right. So we are getting 5 orbs, but that doesn't really matter. He doesn't get any. He doesn't get any buff on orbs. It's just normal for him. So we're at a 3.4. Yeah, nothing too crazy. Again, he's a little over 250k defense now. I would expect our defense and attack stat to be a little bit higher than before, but I guess not. So yeah, that's pretty much been the video, guys. Let me know what you think of this guy down in the comments. Maybe I've been being a little too harsh on these 2 free-to-play units, but just from what I've seen, they really haven't impressed me at all. They've just been pretty mediocre, and I can't really see anywhere where you're going to be running this guy either. I mean, maybe you could use the Goku in a couple places. So, I mean, you could find use for him, but this guy, no, there's no way you're running him in. You know what, just for the cherry on top, too, let's see what his sticker looks like. If his sticker is bad, too, then this is just an L of unit. Just completely. That's not that's not the worst sticker in the game, but that's still pretty bad. But that's not horrible. But yeah, I mean, the sticker doesn't mean anything. I was just curious what it would look like. But yeah, that's been the video, guys. Again, I know I said that earlier, but now I'm for real ending it. I hope you all enjoyed the video. And yeah, that's pretty much been the video. I'll catch y'all in the next one.